Genesis, chapter 5. This is the roll of Adam's descendants. On the day God created Adam, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female he created them. He blessed them and gave them the name man on the day they were created. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of a son in his likeness as his image, and he called him Seth. Adam lived for 800 years after the birth of Seth, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Adam lived for 930 years, then he died. When Seth was 105 years old, he became the father of Enoch. After the birth of Enoch, Seth lived for 807 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Seth lived for 912 years, then he died. When Enoch was 90 years old, he became the father of Kenan. After the birth of Kenan, Enoch lived for 815 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Enoch lived for 905 years, then he died. When Kenan was 70 years old, he became the father of Mahalalel. After the birth of Mahalalel, Kenan lived for 840 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Kenan lived for 910 years, then he died. When Mahalalel was 65 years old, he became the father of Jared. After the birth of Jared, Mahalalel lived for 830 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Mahalalel lived for 895 years, then he died. When Jared was 162 years old, he became the father of Enoch. After the birth of Enoch, Jared lived for 800 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Jared lived for 962 years, then he died. When Enoch was 65 years old, he became the father of Methuselah. Enoch walked with God. After the birth of Methuselah, he lived for 300 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Enoch lived for 365 years. Enoch walked with God. Then he vanished because God took him. When Methuselah was 187 years old, he became the father of Lamech. After the birth of Lamech, Methuselah lived for 782 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Methuselah lived for 969 years, then he died. When Lamech was 182 years old, he became the father of a son. He gave him the name Noah because, he said, "Here is one who will give us in the midst of our toil and the laboring of our hands, a consolation derived from the ground that the Lord cursed." After the birth of Noah, Lamech lived for 595 years and became the father of sons and daughters. In all, Lamech lived for 777 years, then he died. When Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth.